Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. And as the last easy puzzle of the year, it's kind of appropriate that we have the anti-meme version 2.0.2.5, which is 2025. And the hit meme for this year was 67. So, this is kind of appropriate since we're getting rid of 2025. We are getting rid of all the memes involved with that. So no 6-7. I don't even understand what that means anyway. So it's fine for me. I don't understand. I know it's a meme. I don't know what it means. It is what it is. And this is by Pianist 15. Anyways, let's get to the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, and all clues are standard. So normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We have, and the other clues are standard, which means you have little killers here, and we have a thermometer here. So little killers means the digits along the diagonal must sum to the number that is that has the arrow emanating from it. So for example, these 8 cells must add up to 37 because the arrow points in that direction and the 37 is on the other end. These 7 digits must add up to 38 because you have a little killer arrow pointing that way. And these 5 digits must add up to 22. So that's an example of how, well, that's how little killers work. And we have a thermometer where basically this cell must be increasing from the bulb to the tip. So that means this cell is smaller than this cell. And that's how thermometers work. Additionally, this puzzle is devoid of merriment and joy. No 6 can be a king's move in chess away from a 7 or a 9. And no corner cell in the puzzle may contain a 3. So there are no 3s in the corner, so we can't celebrate any 3s in the corner. And 6 cannot be next to 7 or 9. So you can't have 6-7, and you can't have 69. So we're going full on anti memes here. No fun in 2025 because we're going to 2026 soon. Anyways, those are all the rules. So that means, for example, you cannot have a 7 or a 9 a king's move away from this 6 here, which means there cannot be a 7 or 9 in the 3x3 box surrounding any cell that contains a 6. And 3s cannot be in the corner. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, that means there is no 7 and 9 here. There's no 7 and 9 here. There's no 7 and 9 here. That means the digits around these cells must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Where is 6 in columns 4? Cannot be here, so 6 has to be one of these 3 digits here. You have 18 here. That doesn't help us too much. This adds up to 49. That's not that helpful right now either. So we know in box 2, 7 and 9 have to appear in one of these cells. We know in box 3, 7 and 9 have to appear in one of those 3 cells. In box 5, 7 and 9 has to appear in one of those 3 cells. Interesting. So 7 and 9 cannot appear here in box 6 or here in box 6. So 7 and 9 has to appear in one of those 3 cells. If this were 7 and 9 here, that wouldn't work. Okay. Whereas 6 in row 1, it has to be one of those 3. Huh. You have to figure out the little killer restrictions. What you cannot have... Okay, 6 can't be here or here in box 6. So 6 would have to be one of these 4. But say you had a 6 here. The problem is it would guarantee be next to 7 or 9. Oh, that's interesting. 6 can never be a middle digit in a box because it would guarantee that a 7 or 9 is a king's move away. So 6 cannot be here, so 6 has to be one of these 5. 6 can't be here or here, so it's one of these 5. If this were 7 and 9 cannot be a middle digit either. Because if 7 and 9 were a middle digit, it would guarantee it's next to a 6 in that box. So this cannot be 7 and 9, which forces this to be a 7-9 pair here. Interesting. 6 is one of these. Therefore, 6 cannot be either of these two. That would be a king's move away from 7 and 9. So 6 cannot be here, so 6 has to be here, which eliminates 6 from being here and here. Interesting. What does that mean? This cannot be a 6, because if this were a 6, it would guarantee it's next to a 7 or a 9 here. One of these is 7 or 9. So this can't be 6 there. This could be a 7-9 pair here. We don't know. So if this were 6... that means 7 or 9 could not be here. It couldn't be here. This would have to be a 7-9 pair here. So if this is 6, this is a 7-9 pair. If this is 6, none of these can be 7 or 9, so 7-9 would have to be there. So this is guaranteed to be 6, 7, or 9 here. And the other 7 or 9 is one of these two. We don't know which. Okay. If this were 6, it would be guaranteed to be next to one of the 7 or 9s here. So this cannot be 6 here. So this is already 16 here. This obviously can't be 7 or 9. If it were 7 or 9, that would force... These both cannot be 7 or 9. If this is 7 or 9, 6 would have to be here. If this is 7 or 9, this would have to be 6 here. And then you'd have a 6 next to a 7 or a 9. So this has to be 6 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 8. 7 or 9 cannot be here. Okay. This cannot be 7 or 9. None of these could be 7 or 9 because they're next to a 6. So this could be 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. And this could not be 6 here, but it cannot be 7 or 9 either. Okay, this is 16 here. If this is 6, 7, 9 cannot be here, so this would need to be a 7, 9 pair here. If this is 6, none of these could be 7 or 9, so therefore you'd have a 7, 9 pair here. Okay, so this is 6, 7, or 9. 6, 7, or 9. So obviously none of these can be 7 or 9. So none of these can be 7 or 9 or 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Is that helpful? I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. If this is 6, this would have to be a 7, 9, 7, 9 pair. So there would have to be a 7, 9 here. Okay. Huh. One of 7, 9 is definitely guaranteed to be in row 3 in box 1. It could be both. Hmm. One of these two digits, at least, must be 7 or 9. Right? 7 or 9 cannot appear here. Can't be any of these. So even if one of these is 7 or 9, the other one has to have a 7 or 9 in one of these two boxes. And it cannot be the center one. Because if it's the center one, it would necessarily be next to a 6. Kings move away. So this has to be 7, 9, and this is 7, 9 here. Since this is 7, 9 here, 6 cannot appear in any cell the kings move away. So 6 has to be one of these 3. Which means this can't be 6. This becomes 7 or 9. This must be a 6, which eliminates 7 or 9 surrounding the king's move away from there. So this has to be a 7979 pair here. Okay, so 6 cannot be here, so therefore this is 6 here. You cannot have a 7-9 here, or 7-9 in surrounding these cells that are kings move away, so this must be a 7-9 pair here, which eliminates this as a 7-9, so this must be a 7-9 pair here. Well, where is 7 and 9 in row 2? Cannot be here, so this must be 7 or 9 here. Which means one of these is 7 or 9 here. We don't know which. Seven, 9 here and a 7, 9 here. Two 7 or 9s here. We are missing a 7 or 9 in one of these 3 cells. Cannot be here, obviously, so it's one of these 2 is 7 or 9. Since one of these 2 cells is 7 or 9, this can never be 6. Because if it were 6, it would be next to one of the 7 or 9s here. In the king's move away. Well, where's the only place for 6 in row 8? Can't be here. Because it next be next to a 7 and 9. Same with this. And this can never be 9 because it's next to it's the bottom part of the thermometer. So 6 has to be here, which means this can't be 6 here. 7 or 9 cannot appear in the king's move away, so 7 and 9 both have to appear here, which means this can't be 7 or 9, which means this is a 7-9 pair here. That's interesting. We have one 7 or 9 here, another 7 or 9 here, which means the rest of the row rest of the column cannot contain a 7 or 9. This is not 7 or 9, so this must be 7 or 9 here. This is at minimum now 14. So 6 is one of those 2. This can't be 6 because it's next to a 7-9 guaranteed. So therefore 6 has to be here, which means this can't be 7 or 9. So this is the other 7 or 9 to not be next to the 6. Therefore this can't be 6 here. So 6 has to be this one, which eliminates 7 and 9 surrounding that 6. So this becomes a 7-9, 7-9 pair. 7 and 9 cannot appear in these cells in row 7. Cannot appear here because of the 7-9 pair in the box. Can't appear here because it's surrounding 6. So therefore the last 7-9 row 7 has to be there. Okay. Interesting. So we have a bunch of 7-9 pairs here. This is non-7. Okay, so we have 6-6 here. So this is 38. 38 minus 12. 38 minus 12 and minus 16. So 12 and 16 is 28. That means the rest of the digits on that diagonal add up to 10. You could have an 8 there with 1 and 1. That is possible. Okay, that's not helpful. What about this? This is at minimum 14, which means the other 3 digits must add up to 8. So 8 obviously cannot be on that diagonal. What about this? We have 18 here, and this is 16 here. 18 plus 16 is 34. 37 minus 34 is 3. And we have 3 other digits here, which means all of them are 1. So these are all 1. That should tell us a lot. It eliminates 1s in the rest of the boxes and columns and rows. So no 1. No 1. No 1. No 1. No 1. No 1. No 1 here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. This can't be 1, and this can't be 1. Interesting. So 1 is one of these 2. 1 can't be here, 1 can't be here, so 1's one of those 3. 16 plus 18 is 34, plus 35, 36, 37. Can you actually have 9 and 9? The answer to that is no. You could have 7 and 9, though. If you have 9 and 9, that means this is at minimum 2 and 2. That's already 22. And plus 1 is 23, so that doesn't work. Okay, let's look at these diagonals. Okay, what do we have here? We have a set of 16, 16, 16, 16, and 16. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sets of 16, which is 80. 49 plus 39 is 88. 88 minus 80 is 8. So we have 1 digit, 2, 3, 4, and 5 digits adding up to 8. Okay, you cannot have an 8 there. So this can't be 8. Can you ever have a 5? Well, minimum is 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 2 degrees of freedom. So the 2 can go up to a 4. And you have 1, 4, 1, 1, 1 possible. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So that could work. This would be up to a 3, up to a 3, and up to a 3. This is 38. So we have 12, again, 12 here. This is what? 16. This is 28. So these 3 must add up to 10. Okay, that's fine. This digit cannot be 8. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Right. Can this actually be 4, though? If you have 4 here, this is a minimum of 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, which is 35. 35 plus 4 plus 1 is guaranteed to be 40, so this cannot be 4. Can this be a minimum of 3? I think the answer to that's no, right? 35 plus 3 and 2 is 40 also. So this can't be 3. This is 1 or 2 at most that way. One of these two is guaranteed to be a 1, but the other one cannot be. If this were 1, that would force neither of these to be 1. 1 can't be any of these, so 1 would have to be here. So this would necessarily have to be 2 if that were the case. So you cannot have 1, 1, and 1. One of these is guaranteed to at least be a 2. So you have 1, 2, and 1 guaranteed there. So 1, 2, and 1 guaranteed. 4, 6, so you have 1 degree of freedom here. 7. Technically, this still could be 3, right? 3, 1, and 1 is possible. So 3, 2, 1, 1, 1 is possible. Okay. So again, 3, 2, 1. Does that actually work? I don't think so, actually. So if this is 3, this is guaranteed to be 2 and 1. The problem is, how does this add up to 39, since the only other possibilities are 7 and 9 here? If you have all 5 are 7s, that's 35 plus 3 is 38. And if you swap a 7 to a 9, that doesn't work, because that'll give you 40, which is not 39. So this can never be 3 either. This is 1 or 2. Interesting. So these must be opposite digits here, right? You can't have, can you have 2 and 2? You could actually have 2 and 2. So 2, 2, 1, 2, 1 actually does work. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so this cannot be 8 here, because if this is 8, that would force this to be 1 and 1 here to add up to 10, with the 28 adding up to 38 on this column here. Okay, so this is 1, 6, okay, yeah, the 6, 6, 6, 1, 1, 7, 9. That's fine. That's done already. These must at most add up to 8. It cannot be 9 and 9 here. So either this is 2 and 2, or... doesn't this all have to be 7s then? Yes. If you try to have a 9 here, that just doesn't work, because this is at minimum 2. So 7s, if you have 4 7s, that's 28, plus a 9, that's 37. This cannot be 1 and 1 to add up to 39. This would be 2 and 1 adding up to 40 at minimum. So this has to be 4 7s here. 5 7s. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. So that leaves this as 9, 9, 9, 9, and 9. So this already adds up to what? 45 here. You have 1 here. And this must be a 1-2 pair. Right, 45, 46. So these two must add up to 3. So we have here, this is A. And this must be B. Whichever, if this is 2, this has to add up to 4. Because 39 minus 35 is 4. It could be 2 and 2. But if this is 1, 1 cannot be here, here, or here, so 1 would have to be here. So then this would have to be 2. If this is 2... does that work? Can it be 2 and 2 here? Yeah, possibly. Hmm. If you have 2 here and 2 here and 2 here, this could be 1, and that would actually work. Okay. This digit cannot be 1 because of 1 in the row. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. This cannot be 8. This cannot be 8. To add up to 10. Hmm. Okay. Oh, this is 9, which forces this to be 7. This is 9, which forces this to be 7. You have 9 here. This can't be 9. That's 7. This is 9. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 7 and 9. So we should have all the 7s, and we should have all the 9s. The 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have all the 9s now. Okay. So A and B are different here. We don't know about... These both cannot be 1, but that's all we know. um... So this is 14, which means this adds up to 8. This adds up to 10. These add up to 4. These add up to 3. Okay. Hmm. What else do we have? Oh, there cannot be a 3 in the corner. So no 3 in the corner, no 3 in the corner. This can't be 3 in the corner. How many digits do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. No 3 in the corner. No 1 here. No 1 here. Ah! Where is the 1 in box 1? Cannot be here, cannot be here. Has to be one of these two. Which eliminates 1 in here, in box 2. Or row 2, I should say. There's a 1 in row 2, which eliminates 1 here. Where is the 1 in box 2? It has to be here. So this is 1, which forces this not to be 1. This is 2. That forces this to be 2 here to add up to 39. So this can't be 1 or 2. This can't be 2. No 2 here. Where's the 1 in column 6? Cannot be here because of 1's in the boxes. So it has to be here. So this is 1, which eliminates 1 here. This can't be 2 because of the thermometer. This can't be 1. So this is, again, a 1-2 pair. This cannot be 2. No 2, 2, 2. This is 3, 4, 5, and 8. No 2 here. Where's the 2 in box 5? It has to be one of these 2 digits here, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the column. So 2 has to be one of these 2 here. No 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay. No 2 here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 left in row 7. This adds up to 8. So you have at minimum 2 and 2 here. So this cannot be 5. That's 4 plus 4 at maximum. This is 2. So we have 22. That means both of these add up to 8. You cannot have a 2 here then, because 2 would have to add up with 6 to add up to 8, to add up, get the 38 here. We have, again, this is 14, 16, 30, so these two must add up to 8. So this cannot be 2, and this can't be 2. We could have 3 and 5 in some combination, or 4 and 4. Where's the 2 in box 5? It has to be here. So that's 2, which eliminates 2 here and here. So one of these is a 2 here. Okay. Where is 2? Okay, this 2 eliminates 2 here. This can't be 2 because of the thermometer. This can't be 2 because of 2 in the row. This can't be 2 because of 2 in the column. No 2 because of 2 in the row, so this must be a 2 here, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the column and row. So this can't be 2. This is 1. So again, to add up to 49 with the 5 9s and the 2 1s, this has to be a 2, which forces this to be 1. There's therefore no 2 here, no 1 here, no 1 here. That forces this to be 1 here. No 2 here. Where's the 2? No 1 here. Where's the 2 in box 9? Can't be here, so this must be 2 here. This can't be 2. This is at minimum 3 and 3 here, which is 6. 6 plus 14 is 20, so that leaves that as a maximum of 2 here. So this has to be a 2 here. This is 3 and 3, which means this cannot be 3 and 5 because 3's seed both of those cells. So this has to be 4 and 4 to add up to 8, which with a 30 adds up to 38. So then the rest we can probably just do from Sudoku. This 2 eliminates 2 here, which means in column 4, the 2 has to be here. We should have all the 1s. 1 can't, yeah, we have 8 1s. We know where the last one has to be. It has to be there. Now we have 9 1s. We should have 9 2s. We don't, but we know have 8 2s, so we know where the last 2 has to be. It has to be there. Okay. This can't be 2. We need to have 3s now. This can't be 2. 3 cannot be here. No 3 or 4. No 3 or 4. No 3, no 3. No 4, no 4. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the row. These can't be 3. Where's 3 in box 5? It has to be here. So that's 3, which eliminates 3 here. 3, no 3 here. No 3 here. No 2 here. There's no 3's in the corner, so 3 has to be one of these 2, which eliminates 3 from being here. So where's 3 in row 7? It must be one of those 2, so these can't be 3 here. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the column. No 4. This is a 5-8 pair, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 5 or 8. It's 4. This can't be 4, 5, or 8. It's 3. 4 eliminates 4 here. here, and here. We have a 5, 8 pair in column 8, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this is 3. This can't be 3 or 4. It's 5 or 8. We have a 5, 8 pair in row 1, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the row. So this is 4. This can't be 4, 5, or 8. It's 3. This can't be 4. We have a 5, 8 pair in box 2, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the box. This can't be 5 or 8. It's 4. No 4 here. No 3 or 4 here. We have a 5, 8 pair in column 3, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this is 4. This cannot be 4 here. We have a 5, 8 pair in column 4, which eliminates rest 5 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 5 or 8. It's 4. No 4 in one of these. This 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of box 7. This can't be 4. So this can't be 3. We have a 5, 8 pair in row 4, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the row 4. So this is 4. This can't be 4 here. We have a 5, 8 pair in column 1, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the column 1. So that's 3. This can't be 3 or 4. We have a 5, 8 pair in box 4, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of box 4. So this is 4. So this has to be 3, 5, and 8 here. Yeah. That should be everything, right? Okay, so let's remove the green. What do we mark these? Let's mark it as red and blue. So this must be red, which makes this blue, which makes this red, which makes this blue, which makes this red. This is red, so this must be blue. This is blue. This is red. That makes this blue. Blue here, which makes this red. So this is red here. Red, blue makes this not blue, so that's red, so this makes that blue. So blue cannot be here or here. Blue has to be here. And red can't be here. Red has to be here. So blue has to be 5. Red has to be 8. And the remaining digits are 3. Yeah, pretty cool. I would not classify this as easy, though. This is the logic behind this. It's a little bit more difficult than easy. The execution, a little bit more difficult than easy. It would be between easy and challenging for me here. So that's how I would classify this. I would probably classify this as one step a little bit higher because it's not quite there. It was actually very interesting the way that not having 7 or 9 be next to 6 interacted. The 3 was very clever to not be in the corner. That limited things enough just so that you had to solve it. So just to know enough that you could solve it, I should say. But the major constraint that was limiting was the 7 and 9s next to the 6. Or not being next to the 6. Very cool. Very well designed puzzle. Just overall pretty fun. And I like the anti-meme of there's no 6-7 and there's no 69. And there's no 3s in the corner. So no funds allowed here at all at the end of 2025 because we're going to 2026. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.